There should be 86 crafting. I don't think we can do anything at this level. One more level, and then we can finally boost up to, where is it? The 92 for the Zenyte necklace, which we can then turn into a Necklace of Anguish. No, yeah, Necklace of Anguish, exactly. So 374k to go. I'm never going to miss charter ships. Wow. One day later, and we managed to finish off 87 crafting. Oh, you guys know, I have no idea how much I hate charter ships, honestly. If you guys have ever done them, you'll know that they're just a pain. But the fact that we can do light orbs now is actually pretty sweet. How much XP do they give? It was 55 for the lantern, 70 for these. So a bit better. 15 XP per craft more now. So that's not so bad. But no plans to do any more crafting at the moment. We have enough for our lovely Zenyte necklace, which we first have to get the Zenyte shard, of course. But for the future, if we're still alive somehow, we'll of course go for these better ones here. Finally done. Very nice. Wanted to quickly share 73 construction. Not really a special number, but it is 73. So there we go. 73 construction, 1885 total. And now this one should be 75 construction. Nice level to get. I always love the halfway levels between two big ones, you know, like 70, 80, 75. Dungeon treasure room doesn't really matter. The only thing I think I can boost up to now... Oh, actually, that was a straight-up gilded altar I can build now as well. However, I can boost up to one of the ornate pools. I forget which one it is. Or not the ornate pool, just one of the pools in general. Let me check what it is. So I can actually build just the straight-up rejuvenation pool, which restores special attack, run, and prayer points, which is pretty nice, but I don't think I need it at the moment, especially since the Clan Wars portal does that all for me pretty much, so I'll wait off for that. So I have finished off all of my teak and oak logs in my bank. Well, I still have some oak logs left, but we're going to end up at 76 construction. I think, at like 5,500 teak logs and about 700 oak logs for this. So from 70 to 76 in a couple hours. It's pretty quick. So none of this stuff really matters. But again, my main goal for this is just 82 ideally, so I can boost up to the what's it called, ornate pool, which is the best pool in the game. So yeah, still quite a ways to go for that one. But yeah, just getting some small things out of the way at first, and just need a bit more money and a few more logs to get to 83. And now we don't have to boost to do our stamina potions anymore. 77 herblore, you can now make stamina potions, thank goodness. I pretty much just have been getting a bunch of smaller levels out of the way. I've had this all banked in my bank for a long time, all these different stats, construction, herblore, smithing. I have a bunch of seeds for farming as well. So it's a bunch of things I'm just trying to get out of the way after having done Hunter for so long. It was such a boring skill. But yeah, I'm just trying to get back in the groove of things. Now that I finish off that level, I actually have a lot more in my bank. I mean, you can see all these unfinished potions I have, which will hopefully be a couple more herblore levels. But I need the secondaries first. But I'm going to do some Slayer in the meantime just to get a lot of these secondaries, especially if I get, let's say, a Kuras task. It'll be really helpful for a lot of these. And once I get my farm runs going as well, it should be amazing. We now have 300 plus volcanic ash for some more ultra compost for Herbra. And it's just some small things, like I said, that I'm getting out of the way. So there we go, 300 of those. That should last us quite a while. Where's the bank? Oh. And on our first Slayer task back in months, we actually get 95 strength because we were 3k away after completing pest control. And we are now 114 combat as well. So we are getting back into the combat grind, well, until we get a Black Demon's task, because then we're at the risk of dying. But yeah, Fossil Island Wyverns, not exactly the best task in the world, but hey, I got some snake grass, so I will take it. So for the first time ever, we actually got a brittle key on this account from our Gargoyle Slayer task. I don't think I'm ever going to do Grotesque Guardians until maybe I've done it a bit on my main, but honestly, I'm not really sure how many of you guys have done it. It doesn't seem that worth it to me in terms of rewards. Yeah, there are some uniques you can get from it, but I mean, I guess if you balance risk versus reward for hardcore Iron Man, it's maybe not that worth it. But I did also hear that they potentially may nerf Necrials and Gargoyles, like the loot you get from it, because from this task alone, I got all these supplies, which is really, really good. If you guys do Slayer, if you guys do Gargoyles, you know how good they are. I mean, it's such an incredible task. I don't really like to alch the things on task because I like to get a nice stack in my bank, but just from one task and the Gmaul, almost 700k from that plus the brittle key, so it really is good. And I have some stuff in these pouches as well, over 300 chaos, and I think I got over 6,000 fire runes from that task. So let's go get another one, and we get an Abbey Demon's task. Wonderful. Fun fact, it's been so long since I've done Slayer, and it's actually probably been so long since you guys have seen my bank, though you may have seen it after I did Hunter, but I actually have only ever gained one whip on this account. I only have one whip. If we go to my Slayer log, we can check my Abbey Demons. I've killed almost 2,000. I've only gotten one whip. That is
sort of depressing. I got my first one on like 1300 kill count, so we'll see if we get lucky this task and get another one. I don't think it's really useful for anything at the moment, but if I get a Kraken task and I get a Tentacle Whip, then that actually might be sort of useful, though I do need 10 of those now with that new Trident thing that came out, so I need some more Kraken in my life. First Superior in a while, and we get ourselves Dark Totem Top, but no Abyssal. Wait, what's it called? Not the Abyssal, the Eternal Gem. The Eternal Gem is what I really, really want because it'll make getting to the Fairy Rings a lot easier. I mean, it doesn't shorten the time at all, but I want to make as many Slayer Rings, of course. But Dark Totem Top, which means we can now go back to Skatizo for a kill, I think. I don't think I'm ever allowed to complain about not getting lucky with Superiors ever again, though, because I think on my 5th ever Superior is when I got my Imbued Heart, so really no complaints, I guess. Another task dry of a whip, unfortunately. We have now killed over 2,000, almost 2,200 without a whip. That makes me sad, but 325 tasks in a row, 12 points, up to 54. Total now, so looking good, and only 100k away from my next level. I think maybe half a year ago now, I made the grave mistake of buying this shield right half right here, and then making the actual Dragon Square shield in Varrock, which was a mistake because I was trying to complete the Artie Hard Diary. Well, today, I'm going to not make that same mistake and actually complete this task. So, spent 750k on the shield right half. We are going to get the shield left half from the bank, and we are going to make this square shield this time in West Artie and not mess up. Next episode, I will have my Artie Achievement Diaries finished because I still need to wait a couple hours for my Poison Ivy seed to grow, unfortunately, but the rest of them I can do, and the rest of them I'll finish next episode. But let's go get this one out of the way. This should be the right one. Use it on there. Okay, I thought I messed up already. And now we hopefully should finish it. We eventually restore it. There we go. Okay, hard task complete. Another Dragon Square Shield in the bank. We now have 2, which is sort of nice because there is an Elite Clue requirement to have a Dragon Square Shield, I believe. So I can put that one inside of the stash unit, and then I can have one in my bank as well. So that's very, very nice. Speaking of my bank, what do you guys say we do an overview of it? I think it's time for another comprehensive bank overview of the Bond Waster bank. It's been, I think, probably 4 or 5 months since you guys have seen my new and improved bank. It's actually gone up in value quite a bit, as you guys might have guessed, since I've been doing Hunter and a bunch of Slayer recently. So I'm going to show you guys the tabs, what it looks like. Maybe you guys can tell me how to improve the bank too, because I am struggling for bank space, as I'm sure many of you guys are as well. Only 6 spaces left. I have a bunch of, unused, what are they called? The placeholders. I have a bunch of placeholders in my bank, and I sort of need to maybe get rid of some of them. But anyways, let's go through it. So the first tab is still pretty much the same. The cash check's looking a bit meager at the moment, but that will go up. I have a bunch of alkables I still have yet to alk, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I have a bit of junk here at the bottom as well. Stuff that I don't really think fits in other tabs, or I just haven't placed yet in other tabs. This may be where they belong. But the big one here is the Chinchomp. Almost 30,000 of those is how many I have. And then a couple other smaller things as well, like just these random stamina potions. Like, I don't know why they're here. They should be in that tab. And some smaller things like the Void is stuck down here. I need to move that to my gear tab too, but that's the bottom of this. We added another skill cape to the bank here. We now have a trimmed Fire Making and Hunter skill cape. The quest cape, unfortunately, we can't use because we haven't completed all the quests. Wrist MP Dragon Slayer too, so we need to work on that as well. Anyways, we have some gems in here. Just some other smaller things. Like, can I get rid of these talismans? Do I ever need these again? I don't think I do. I just like having them in my bank just in case I ever do need them. So, I don't know. It's always a bit worrying. And just some of this, like these salmon, lobsters, I probably just don't need them, but I keep them just because, just in case. I feel like that's the biggest thing on Iron Man is just in case I need it, I have it in the bank. But just, supply tab. This has stayed the same pretty much. The potions tab has stayed the same as well, but we have a huge new addition, which is pretty much just, nothing new, but we have a massive bulk of all these super attack and defense potions and strength potions, which I've recently made from doing Herblore, so that's pretty much stayed the same. But this is actually worth quite a bit, this tab. If I'll turn on the bank thing in a bit just to see how much everything's worth, but it's actually worth quite a bit. Then we have the Herblore tab, which is looking really nice, I have to say. It looks great. But look at all these unfinished potions. All of these hopefully will add up to about 80 Herblore. That's the dream right now. I really want that. I'm just working on getting the secondaries, and I actually still have quite a few of these that I can
turn into unfinished potions as well. And my kingdom's still going, so that's only going to go up from there. And since I've started Slayer again, that's only going to go up as well. And then soon I can make the Sarah Brews, which will, over 420 of those. That'll be absolutely wonderful. Jewelry tab, which, wow. I just realized that they changed the rings. That must be the update. That they look so weird. That's what reminds me of RS3 when they changed all the jewelry and all the armor and everything. That is actually really strange. Ugh. Alright, and then the skilling tab here, just things that I've added up over the last few months from skilling. I have a bunch of ores, bunch of logs. I'll find something to do with this. I also need to think about what to do with all these gold things I've made. Gold amulets, gold, well, the unstrung and the strung ones as well. I think I can probably sell those for some cash somewhere. Don't really worry about it right now, but might have to do that in the future for some extra GP. And the gear tab here as well, if you guys remember, I finished off Barrows back in December, and now I have a full Barrows tab, which looks absolutely wonderful. I finally got my Arams. If you guys remember that great video, such a good video, man. I'm so proud of that one. And then I have some other things here as well, just other random gear. My main Slayer gear is up here, but yeah, the Imbued Heart, the Ranger boots, Infinity boots. It's actually a really nice gear tab for a hardcore. I'm pretty proud of this tab, so yeah, looking good. I have my Slayer tab here, which I really need to minimize there, not minimize, what I'm looking for, make it smaller pretty much, because I have a lot of junk here, a lot of Cluesful rewards, which I do desperately need to get rid of. But the thing is, if I want to put them in that costume chest thing, or whatever it's called, in the treasure trails chest in my bank, or in my house, I can't actually put them in there because I don't have the full set, but I want to have the full set, so that's why I keep them in here. So yeah, that's a struggle at the moment. And all these god pages, yeah, I definitely need to focus on getting this tab down as well, but still a pretty cool tab. Look at that katana, looking great. And then the miscellaneous junk tab has stayed the same as well. Pretty much items in here that I don't know what to do with them, but I just keep them in here, again, just in case I still need them. So that's pretty much the bank. It stayed mostly the same, some changes, but the big thing is that if I go to my bank overlay, and I do on, you can see that we're almost at 300 mil in the bank, 289 mil. The biggest tab being, well, the potions tab is over 12 mil, which is cool. The Slayer tab, almost 20 mil. The gear tab, 119 mil. So, you know, that all adds up. And then the other stuff adds up as well. So, yeah, the bank's looking good. I'm really happy with how it's turned out.
Wow.